If you're sailing out of Florida, there's a pretty good chance you're headed to the Bahamas. But what should you do, expect, and look forward to when you get there?
Today, we will be discussing the tips and tricks for a Bahamas cruise on this happy place. Hi friends! If you're new here, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Jake.
And we have been on lots of cruises now, 5 of which have taken us to the Bahamas.
And we want to help you learn what to expect if you're visiting this tropical locale. If you're watching this video the day it comes out, we're actually getting on another cruise right now, this very moment.
Now, it's not going to the Bahamas, but some other Caribbean locations. So make sure you're subscribed because those vlogs will be starting right away and you don't want to miss them.
But right now, it's time to talk about the Bahamas. Nassau is a staple port for a lot of cruise lines. Carnival, Celebrity, Disney, Holland America, MSC, Norwegian, Princess, Royal Caribbean, Virgin, Margaritaville at Sea, and others all stop at this capital city. Some cruise lines also stop at smaller Bahamian ports like Freeport or Bimini, and many of these cruise lines have private islands and beaches within the Bahamas like Disney's Castaway and Lookout Cay, Royal's Perfect Day at Coco Cay, NCL's Great Stirrup Cay, Carnival's Half Moon Cay, Princess Cay's and the new Celebration Cay, and MSC's Ocean Cay. We're going to talk mostly about Nassau today, as this is an insanely visited port.
In May 2023, Nassau actually increased its port capacity from 20,000 visitors per day to over 30,000 with a $300 million upgrade, which now allows for 6 ships to be at port at one time. So I think it's important to start here with saying that Nassau is going to be busy.
So make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get around. Especially heading back to the ship at the end of the day, it's a very long walk from the far end of the pier walkway area back to where the ships are, especially if you're the last ship in the line of 6.
Once you get through all of the shops and restaurants and snow cone area, to get back onto the actual port, you're gonna have to show your cruise card, and the lines there can back up. And it's not really lines, it's just kind of a bunch of people pushing and shoving to get back to their ship. And then once you get through that point, you can walk 10 to 15 minutes more to get to your ship. So we've said it before and we're gonna say it again in the future. Give yourself time. Don't be a dock runner. Nassau is the best place to watch for dock runners, and you don't want to be the one that everyone on the ships, all 6 of them, is hooting and hollering at, because you are sprinting to get back to that ship before it leaves.
We always make sure we get back in time so we can film people like that. Hilarious. Let's move on to weather. Pack your sunscreen because the average high temperature is rarely below 79 degrees. If you're there during the summer, good chance it's going to be over 90. If you're going on an excursion, don't worry, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Just know that you're going to be staged in waiting areas that might be exposed to the sun. They're going to get quite hot.
So make sure that once you get off the ship, you bring your sunscreen, a bottle of water, maybe even an umbrella to give yourself some shade, because there's very little on the actual pier. And you might be waiting there like 30 plus minutes in the direct sun. We've done it before. It's not the most fun. You're just waiting to get to the fun. Be prepared.
Also, keep in mind if you're traveling June through October, there's a higher chance for rain, though those showers are generally pretty fleeting.
This is also hurricane season though, so there is always the chance that you're gonna deal with rockier seas getting to and from the Bahamas, and even the chance of missed ports completely if it's not safe to dock. We missed a day completely at Coco Cay when we were on a Royal Caribbean cruise. It wasn't during hurricane season either, it was just the winter that it was too windy and they couldn't dock the ship. So if you're traveling really anytime, be mentally prepared for that. There's always a chance you might not go where you want to go.
Before we move on, let us know in the comments down below. Have you visited the Bahamas before? Have you been to Nassau? Where else in the Bahamas have you gone? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? And where would you recommend we travel to next? We want to hear from you.
Now let's talk about things to do in Nassau. Your first option is, of course, just staying on the ship. If you visit the Bahamas a lot, or if you have no interest in visiting the Bahamas, you're just there to cruise, this might be the perfect plan for you. A lot of people do get off the ship, which means you're gonna have less people by the pool, more lounge chairs for you, no lines at the buffet, it could be perfect. But because you're at port, there's gonna be a lot less scheduled activities. It's totally up to you. If you want a nice, calm pool day, Nassau or anywhere else in the Bahamas might be the place to do that right on the ship.
But if you do want to get off the ship, there's plenty to do. Let's talk about what to do first if you don't book an excursion. You can explore on foot. Many of Nassau's historic sites in the Bay Street Retail District are within walking distance. You can do some classic cruise port shopping, stop at the local restaurants, or even walk to some close by beaches like Junkanoo Beach. Or you can visit the Queen's Staircase, which is a renowned landmark. We want to note that if you plan on exploring on your own, crime has been on the rise in Nassau, really in the Bahamas across the board. The US Embassy has reported robberies, muggings, and assaults, so keep your head on a swivel, just be aware of your surroundings, and leave valuables on board. Don't travel alone, especially at night, and do your best to remain safe.
Okay. Disclaimer over. Back to it. If you still don't have an excursion book, but you want to go a little bit further out, you are able to book a taxi. There are taxi stands all around that area of the cruise port. Know that the taxis are not metered, so make sure you do a little haggling with the price. And in the Bahamas, the US dollar is the same as the Bahamian currency, and they generally accept both. So you can change over, but you don't have to. If you're going to, you can do it on the ship, but the exchange rate is going to be better if you go to a bank or an ATM once you're actually in the Bahamas.
Bus transportation, rental cars, things like scooters are available for you to pay for, to utilize something like that to get around. Just know that it's going to be maybe a little more complicated than you're used to get to exactly where you want to go compared to just paying for a taxi and saying, take me to that beach. You can use them to get to some farther out beaches like Cabbage Beach, Cable Beach, Montagu Beach, Saunders Beach, or Goodman's Beach. If you want a beach day, it's not going to be hard to find on Nassau. Be prepared for beach vendors or hawkers when not on private beaches though. They can seem aggressive, but a firm thank you, no thank you is fine. Keep on walking.
Okay, now let's talk about those excursions that you can book. You can do it all in the Bahamas. Water sports, diving, snorkeling, fishing, animal encounters, glass bottom boats, catamarans. If it's adventure you want, consider booking one of these. Another option is a resort day pass. You can find some resort day passes directly through your cruise line, or you can use something like Resort Pass, which is its own entity that you would do outside of the cruise line. There are so many resorts that you can visit that through one of these passes, you can use their pools or their water parks or their restaurants and spas and casinos. We actually visited the Margaritaville Resort in Nassau on our last Margaritaville at Sea sailing and kind of didn't know what to expect. Ended up having a really fantastic day. Of course, prices are going to vary depending on the resort and what you have planned at them, but we had a good time. And of course, when you're in Nassau, there is one resort that you're going to see. You can't miss it, and that is Atlantis.
Yes, of course. There's Atlantis, has something for everybody. Yeah. It can be a little pricey, but it is on our bucket list. Something we definitely want to do maybe when our son is a little bit older and we can take him and he can appreciate it. We also want to mention a unique excursion that we did earlier in the year, and that was swimming with pigs. Who knew? It was super fun, so wholesome. We loved it. If you're interested in something like that, take a look in the description below. We'll post a link to the entire video about it.
There are so many excursions that you can do in Nassau. I truly believe there is something for everyone, and we couldn't possibly list them all here. So do your research, decide if you want to book one through your cruise line, which we do recommend, especially in Nassau. It's going to be the safest way to experience an excursion, or you can book one on your own outside the cruise line, but know the risks that come with that. But there is bound to be something you love, and you're there. You might as well.
So, there you have it. Nassau sometimes gets a bad rap, but it's diverse with lots to do, tons of unique excursions, beaches. You're gonna find something for you. It's full of friendly people. Give it a shot.
And this goes for the other stops in the Bahamas as well. We have visited Freeport, and though it's a lot smaller, we had a wonderful time at the beach there. And of course, the private islands and beaches that the cruise lines offer. really can't be beat. They're some of the best destinations you can go to. So don't hesitate to book a Bahamas cruise, especially if it's places other than Nassau. It's really lovely and beautiful, gorgeous waters.
And the Bahamas cruises are some of the least expensive you're going to find. So if you're trying to travel on a budget, it's for you.
Let us know down in the comments your advice when visiting the Bahamas. It'll help us, it'll help the other people watching this video looking for advice.
As we said, we do have another cruise coming up very, very soon. We're actually boarding the ship right now. So stay subscribed, hit the bell so you know when those videos start to come out, and give this video a thumbs up so we know that you're ready for more content like this. But until then, that's all from this happy place.
Now, go find yours.
Bye.
Bye. The Bahamas.
Cue steel drum music.
Nailed it.
And we want to help you learn what to expect when you're visiting this tropical locale. Penny, not now.
She can do it, it's fine. She's gotta get the gurgles out. You would kill that.
It's easy when you can read. Where are we at? Where are we at? Yeah, okay, I'm trying to read. When do you want me to read here?
I'll tell you.
Okay. We done it.
We did it. We're done with sit-down videos for
a while.
Yeah.
Great.
Woo! I know.